good rewind back. But also remember that, like I said, I always want to be protective of myself. It's my personality, and it was really hard for me to grow up like that. But I honestly appreciate who I am and what I have now. So then, going back to my secondary school, I was actually having very good responsibility of being a counselor or a prefect. So I was a student counselor, so I took care of my duty. So whenever I was having morning duty, there was about 14 to 15 years old. So I carry out my morning duty, so I have to be early, and around 7, no, 7 is the one that I stopped. Around 6 to 7, and 7:20 it will be already very early and bright with the sun. I had to patrol around 6 a.m. to like 7 a.m. plus, but so 6 a.m. is actually quite dark. I remember to wake up around 5:45 because my mom have to go to school. She's a teacher. So then I would have to wake up 5:45 really early just to eat breakfast and everything. And then she will send me to school in time for my duty. I have to be there quite early. So I was actually the patroller who actually went to patrol the school. And I actually went to the new block. Actually, I was from Heisen Catholic School, so I actually patrolled the new block, and there was also the old block. So it was actually quite really dark actually, and I had to patrol like the levels. And to those people who want to know if anything, the only source of light I have was the corridor light. So it was not completely dark, but it was still dark when I look into the classroom. It was dark. When I look at the surrounding, it was dark, and it was not like a closed wall. There was like a, you could still feel, see the field, and I can see that there's a lot of darkness surrounding me, basically. So basically I didn't really feel anything, but I felt sometimes, if it beyond the age, especially if I'm stressed or something, I feel like I could see something supernatural, but I don't really mind that, and it will disappear anyway. So yeah, so I had to be brave actually. Eventually I got used to it, but then again I went to tell myself that, oh my god, when I'm at this spot, at this building, at the stairs, that, oh my god, my senior would always tell me this story, that there was a really little girl that sings this tune, and at point of time I remember the exact tune that he was singing to me, that the girl was supposedly singing. So that after that I didn't have to fall down the stairs, right? I quickly like you know, like going down the stairs really quickly, and like go to away from that place. I couldn't really go to humans, but like I keep going to another place where it wasn't that creepy, that place where she was supposedly haunting. I didn't hear it, but I have it in my head, so I became really scared. So I had to quicken my speed, then I go to another place. And also I had to patrol because the students have to assemble at the parade square, which is different from the field. So I had to see if any students were hiding. They have to go down to parade square to read their books. And yeah, and I didn't have to go inside the toilet. Actually, toilets are so creepy, but the thing that only strikes me is common sense, is that if someone is in the toilet, there will be the lights because it's auto sensor, right? But it's it's no one. Sometimes the light would on, but it's just no one. I could check, and even if I pass by, it'd be on, but there was literally no one. So I was not really that scared. But if I were really stressed, then I would just you know see it like it is. So yeah, I had a camp, and for the night walk, actually people are quite shook, but most thing that I was scared of. Actually, I already saw something like a black figure, but it's like a, like a, I don't think it was a spirit, it's like an entity. I'm not sure because my school is really old. Actually, it was built like really long time ago. I couldn't remember, but 1950 something if I'm not wrong. If I get it wrong, I probably get burned alive. But sorry, I keep forgetting. But I have a really bad memory of that. But yeah. So the only thing that scared me is that when I was walking in my team, in the one in front of me, I was holding the one in front of me, which is a person, of course, like a human trainer. Suddenly, the senior blew at me, and then that was the most scariest part of that night walk because I didn't saw it coming. So anyway, that was it. But my friend, she was pretty shook what she saw, so I have to take care of her that night. We have to all take care of her that night. So we're all different parts of life now. We're 20 years old now, so but I still remember that because it's quite iconic, really. I like to look back at it and I'm like, oh no. Well, that was our life in secondary school. It was not really very scary for me. Of course, there were a lot of ghost stories, like how there was one student who were at the basement. We really have a basement for like bands and everything, and one guy was missing and two other guys didn't manage to pull him out. But it was just a story. I'm not really sure if it's true or not. Like I said, this school is really old. But yeah, it's still there right now. There's still students in there. It's still running. And honestly, it was a really good experience because it really disciplined me to be a better person. It's a mission school anyway. I think it really taught us a lot of lessons. Even if we didn't get along, even if someone was teasing me, I think people can get over it because we have to just behave. And it was not personal. I mean, maybe that time people in my shoes be like, I just couldn't understand why they would pick on me, but we were kids, like I said. So I didn't really care. And people can be themselves and it would not be so bad at all. So I would feel like that was the most amazing part of being in mission school because I learned a lot. And yeah, so there's always this really creepy school stories that happen in my school, but maybe it's made up, maybe it's not. There was like a story that a girl got pregnant and I don't know how. I'm not sure if this is real. I doubt this is real because the girl got pregnant. She goes to I don't know which floor, and she literally gave birth there and she flushed the baby down the toilet. So I don't know what happened after that. It was gruesome to hear. I doubt it was real. I really couldn't imagine someone doing that, but it was probably just a made up thing to scare people. And also the one that there was a statue of Mary that we see in the foyer, that because I was at night walk too. I look at it normal, but people were to recall that they would see her eyes bleeding. Yeah, and those people who like us, who are student counselors, the girls, they would like wake up and they would look at each other like seemingly scratching themselves, possessed. After that, they would be okay. I was reading that on the internet. I'm not sure if that's real, but of course I experienced that. And yeah, and we actually, I'm so sorry, I keep hitting my phone. I actually have vividly recall that we saw like a shadow, or people saw things that they shouldn't see, and also like how like an alarm also went off. I don't think it's